Okay, this is the show you know found on page 50, and this has to do with example to applying ratios. How do we apply them? Well, here's a context for a ratio. It says a recipe for trail mix calls for 3 cups of mini pretzels, 2 cups of roasted soy chips, 1 cup of raisins, and 1 cup of sunflower seeds. You make 2 batches of trail mix. So let's go ahead and make a batch of trail mix. I got my pretzels here, so I'm going to drag down 3 parts of pretzels. There we go. All right, there. Boy, my thing is laggy. 3 parts of those. 2 cups of roasted soy chips. Can't get enough of my soy chips. And 1 cup of raisins. And 1 cup of sunflower seeds. Now, obviously, that raisin's not representing a cup of whatever. You know what it is. So we're going to make 2 batches. So let's do that. So each one of these represents a cup. This is 3 cups of pretzels. This is 2 cups of soy chips, etc. So now what we're going to do is we're going to double the batch. So I'm going to just go ahead and highlight them all. Click this and say clone them. And down they come. And I now have 2 batches of stuff, trail mix. What is the ratio of mini pretzels to raisins? Well, if I look here, I have 6 cups. So I'm going to write this down first. I'm going to write it down as pretzels to raisins. I think you know what those are. And looking at this, I have a fraction form, and this is a part-to-part ratio, which doesn't lend itself well to this form. So I'm not going to use this form. I'm actually going to use pretzels to raisins. I'm going to use the colon instead, because it's better when you're using part-to-part to use this form. So I have 6 cups of pretzels and 2 cups of raisins. And that's one way I can express it, as 6 to 2. For every 6 cups of pretzels in my mix, I will have 2 cups of raisins. And if I reduce this, which I can divide both terms by 2 and reduce it to lowest terms that says for every 3 cups of pretzels, I have 1 cup of raisin in my trail mix. So that's the answer to A. It says that's one way to express, or 2 ways to express the ratio. In the second part, it says, how many cups of mix do 2 batches make? Well, the good thing is because I have my picture done here, I can actually look at, boy, the lag is awful, isn't it? Look at that. It's just like, ugh. Because I have my picture drawn, I can actually just count. Each one of these pictures represents a cup. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 cups. 14 cups of stuff is how much 2 batches make. And the third question, C says, no, that's, I forgot B. Let's go back to B then. Because what is the ratio of roasted soy chips to sunflower seeds? Well, I probably should have paid attention, but I didn't. So we have, right here, we have 4 batches of sunflower seeds, or 4 cups of sunflower seeds, excuse me, to 2 cups of sunflower seeds. That's my ratio. And if I reduce that, I can also reduce it down to 2 to 1, which means for every 2 cups of sunflowers or soy chips, I have 1 cup of sunflower seeds. All right, let's just go to the next page here. It says D. What is the ratio of soy chips and sunflower seeds to total trail mix? Soy chips to sunflower seeds. Well, I'm scared to use this, but anyway, we'll try it. See if it works. I'll erase everything here. Take about 4.5 hours. Bear with me. I hate technology so much. And if any parents are watching this video, if you could please tell your member of parliament or your local MLA that you need to keep the tech budget in schools higher so we can have technology that isn't 15 years old. It says, what is the ratio of soy chips to sunflower seeds and sunflower seeds? So we have all the soy chips and all the sunflower seeds to total trail mix. Aha! This word total is a key word. That means that, to me, that signals that this is going to be a part-to-whole ratio. And that means I should probably use my fraction sense, part-to-whole. So what is our part we're talking about? Well, we're talking about these 2 things here, the sunflower seeds and the soy chips. So I'm going to add them together. I got 6 parts in terms of adding those together. And in total, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in total. So the ratio of those two parts to total is 6 to 14. Now, this is a part to whole, which means we are able to express it as a fraction, which we have already done, as a decimal, which we are going to do, and as a percent, which we're able to do. So as a decimal, I look at this fraction and say this is 6 to 14. That 14 is not a good denominator. That means I can't create an equivalent fraction that has a base 10 denominator. So I have to use a calculator. So I'm going to pull up my calculator here. I'm going to say, what is 6 divided by 14? That will tell me the decimal version of that fraction. And it's 0.4285. So I'll write that down. It's 0.4285. That's the decimal version. How do I go ahead and change that to a percentage? Well, if I just look at these two here, right, that's 42 hundredths. If I look at these three here, that's 428 thousandths. Now, obviously, if I wasn't really concerned about a real accurate percentage, I could say it's 42%, but this one actually helps me get a more accurate percentage. So if I take 428 over 1,000 and create an equivalent fraction by dividing top and bottom by 10, my denominator is 100, which is great because it used to be 1,000, but by dividing this bottom term by 10 and the top term by 10, I get a more accurate fraction that says 42.8% over 100, which we know is 42.8%. Now, what does that tell me? Well, that tells me that 42.8% of the trail mix is made up of sunflower seeds and soy chips. Awesome! Well, that only took 7 minutes. Hope you got it. Good luck with the rest of Chapter 2.1.